What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. So we have a battle plan for the next couple episodes. For today's episode, we're going to start making some progress on the companion quests, and then next episode, I'm going to make a start on the Return to Ostagar DLC. But we did get a bunch of the dialogues we needed, and we have all the locational prerequisites for Sten's quest. So we're going to make a jump on the Sword of the Beresaad quest. Before we do that, a bunch of our companions we haven't been using likely have level ups, so we're going to take care of this. We are going to give him 37. That means the next level up, he'll be able to wear the Blood Dragon armor. Very excited to get that. What do we have for you, Sten? I suppose at this point, we'll just give you Critical Strike. Finish the line. Liliana likely has a level up too. So does Duke. We're just going to go down the line, level up all our companions. We'll give you 2 strength. And then we'll give you 1 willpower. Start working on your willpower a little. Liliana has 1 too, I did see. And I know Zevran has, because we haven't done anything with Zev. We'll do 2 cunning. And then we'll put Dex up a little bit more. And then we'll give you 1 more cunning so we can give her lethality as soon as it's an option. You can have, I suppose, we should probably give you tactics. I doubt you have anything you need the Master Combat for yet. Song of Courage is without a doubt the best bard ability in the game. Just use only this. This is cool as like a start off, but as soon as you get Song of Courage, this is useless to you now, so make sure you stick to Song of Courage if you're using Liliana. It's just undeniably the best one. You have plenty of archery abilities. I'm not going to need your lockpicking ever, so I guess we'll just continue working on this. If I give you melee archer, you'll eventually get aim, defensive, and master. Aim is a very good buff to stack on top of rapid aim that you have on your items, so we'll go and give you melee archer for now. Go on down the line. We have Zevran, which we haven't done anything for. He came at a high level though, so we don't have that much to do for him. We'll give you 20 so you can equip anything ever. Give you the 30 dexterity, and then we'll start working on your cunning too. He's giving us the Riz face. The interesting expression they chose for him. So he comes as an assassin. This line is all the way up. He already has momentum, which is good. I guess we'll just give you dual weapon finesse. I'm not going to use him much. Zev is. Not that it's a slight on his character, but he's probably the one I use the least in all my playthroughs. Not a huge fan of Zevran. Just a little dry for my taste, but a good character nonetheless. So for Shale. Shale has an absurd amount of constitution. Let's go ahead and just give you dexterity. You're going to need that. Whenever I do use you, you're just going to be a tank, so if you kill him blow, we could give you stone roar. You already have bellow, which is good. Let's go up on the bellow line. We'll give him stone roar. Right, and that should be it. We should be good to head on out. Now, when we pick our party here, ordinarily I would like to exclusively use Alistair as my tank, but given the fact that we got some dialogues last time, I'm not sure which one is going to happen first, so we're going to take Liliana out. We are expecting to get ambushed. Now we got a certain dialogue from her. But we'll definitely have to be careful. Now, if you remember what Sten said about how he lost his sword, he said that he was fighting the Darkspawn near Lake Calenhad, so we'll go check out the ambush site and see what happened with him. Be surprised if we get through this without being jumped. There it is. Now, if we spawn immediately into combat, I know what it is.
Sire, I have more news. Oh, yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Anora. Only Caelan's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Caelan approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Anora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Caelan?
Caelan's death was his own doing.
And yet you couldn't look her in the eyes when you said that. You see so much of his disdain for Caelan in that one cutscene alone. And still showing absolutely no concern for the Darkspawn horde. Still doesn't believe it's a true blight. He thinks it's just some simple little horde that they're gonna outmaneuver. Which is just not the case. Right. We do need to fix Liliana's tactics quickly. Instead of Song of Valor, you need Song of Courage. Well, this is okay. Sten is our resident tank for right now, so we do need you to pop Torn after you're done with Indomitable. Well, Liliana is just gonna try and take that herself. Yoink that from her. Hey, you're already seeing Sten's lack of ability to hold aggro safely compared to Alistair. He had Indomitable on and he still got knocked down. Yeah, he's not supposed to be able to get knocked down like this. While being immune to stun or knockdown effects for the duration of this mode, he does have it active, as you can see it's glowing. And he still got knocked down. That is not supposed to be possible. That's, potentially going to be a big problem, actually. He's still on his ass, so Sten is just dead here. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. We're gonna have to bring him back. It reminded me immediately why I miss Alistair so much when he's not in the party. Liliana died too. Let's get momentum up for us. We gotta start getting control of this. We are gonna micromanage the hell out of Sten. He still couldn't live it. Now she's likely dead here too, actually. I managed to pull some of the aggro off. I'm gonna have to pull away for the party here, which is not what you want as a rogue. Get them off my healer the best I can. We're gonna get through this fight somehow. Once we take Sten to the Calenhad and get that done, I'm probably gonna switch one of these people out for Alistair. Go mageless maybe for a little.
Right.
Sten cannot handle the heat. Great companion, but definitely not equipped for things like this. You're gonna need more health potions available to you if we're gonna be using you like this. Now Liliana, you're gonna need an injury kit and some kind of healing too. Right, Sten.
It is done.
He got 2 injuries from that death, so he's gonna need some more healing than that. But you, Liliana, just the one. Perfect. So you're gonna pop up Song of Courage. Really a very dramatic scream. It's gonna give the rest of us some buffs.
Right.
Careful, Sten, you almost walked right into that. And if you were ever doubting the necessity of a tank in this game, you just saw it. We're all pretty high levels, and I almost wiped to a band of wolves. My main character wasn't as strong as he is. That would have been the end of this run. Managed to avoid a complete party wipe so far in the playthrough. Although if it does happen, I will show you guys. On to Lake Calenhad. Can't switch my party here, but you can do it in Lake Calenhad, I believe, so. Yeah, you saw how Loghain clearly doesn't take the Darkspawn seriously. He clearly still has lots of disdain for King Caelan. He rejected the notion that he's responsible for his death, but couldn't look Anora in the eyes when he did it, so maybe he's crumbling under the pressure of the throne a little. Fuck this scavenger.
Back off. I was here first.
You haven't seen a sword lying around here, have you?
Why, you looking to buy one?
Only if it's a Canary blade.
A Q what?
The giants you're pillaging. Or actually, people like my friend here.
Oh, is he? Well, that's... see, I'd like to sell you one, but I don't, have any myself. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it. I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Faryn. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
Where is he now?
He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him.
We will be going to take care of that next stop. But right now, though, given how hard that went, let's go ahead and drop Sten out for Alistair. Right. And now hopefully the encounter I'm looking for happens on our way to the Frostback Mountains. If not, then we still need to clear the initial fight out. We're not going to head into Orzammar, but the guy we're looking for is in the entrance to Orzammar, so... the Frostback regardless. Can't change our party here, so there is a really tough initial fight here that's meant to check you and make sure that you understand that you're not supposed to be here at an early level. We are level 12, so we may be able to handle this encounter. I guess we're about to find out. Here they are. Alright, they have a mage and an archer in the back, so I'm gonna go deal with the mage, of course. Alistair is gonna taunt these boys. Liliana can do whatever her tactics are telling her to. Okay, the mage is down, which is good. Now let's focus on the main bounty hunter leader. There goes his head. Beautiful. Yeah, this fight is meant as a damage check. If you come here too early, this is basically a giant red flag from the game developers saying you shouldn't be here right now. Orzammar is very high level. As I said, I usually leave this till last. We're just dipping in here briefly.
This should be easy enough.
We're definitely not going to be here for long. So, actually, my key bindings seem to have changed. So I guess this is a good time to mention again the highlight objects. Highlight useful objects. You do want it to be on your mouse button. There we go. Wondering why that wasn't working right there on the corpses. That's why. That's been like that for multiple episodes now, so hopefully I didn't miss any codex or key items. I think I was still pretty thorough.
Most traders aren't allowed into Orzammar, so they just sort of gather near the doors. There's no laws up here at all, I'm told.
Right, let's switch the party again. Take out Liliana for Sten. We do need him for the next part. Be a whole gang of merchants around here.
I have contracts. They can't shut us out like this.
Surface dwarves. Here's Tornas The Deserter. This is for the Blackstone Irregulars.
You have some kind of problem?
I'm here on behalf of the Blackstone Irregulars.
Oh? What was this about?
I hear you stole supplies from the guild.
Oh, I see. Tauren must have sent you. I refuse to answer to a pawn of Tauren. Come, men, to arms!
Now it seems like all of the Blackstone Irregulars have very negative opinions of Tauren. You see how I keep talking about the supplies, not that I'm here to bring him in for desertion. The only thing the request asked for was that we get the supplies back. We weren't sent here to execute him, and I would avoid it if I could, but they all hate Tauren so much that you get to pick fights with us.
This should be
It's gonna be the end of the Deserter. Without him, the rest of these guys aren't gonna hold up very well. There's the supplies. That's 2 down. I believe there's only 1 more to go. I don't remember offhand where the last one is. Probably Denerim, likely. Maybe the Brazilian forest.
I go where the work is, and it isn't here.
I'm taking my caravan to Highever, where it's peaceful.
Oh, it depends who you are. And he is Faryn. This is who we were sent to talk to. So we saw the Lake Calenhad landmark.
Step right, maker's breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend. You, startled me a bit.
He is rather large. We're looking for a Canary sword.
Can what? I'm sorry, I don't know what that...
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I'd give it to him if I were you, Faryn.
I don't have it, I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here.
Who did you sell it to?
A dwarf near Redcliffe. Dwyn, I think his name was.
Wait, Dwyn. I know him.
He's the one who has the sword, I promise you. Said he was a collector.
We'll see.
And if he does not have the sword, we will be back.
I've told you what I can, I swear to you.
I believe that, but I'd still like to see your wares.
Oh, certainly.
Sten's menacing look in the background. Alright, what do you have for us? Do some inventory cleaning while we're here. I don't actually think... You see how well our money has been holding up throughout the game too. We're still flowing over 300. I don't think this guy will have much for us. He does have a Knight Commander's play, which is really good for Alistair. If you're not using the mod that I am, I'd recommend picking this up. You do need 39 strength though. What do you have for Duke here? 4 attack, 4 armor, 2 and 2. Those aren't bad. Frost Shear is 10 cold damage. We'll drop the iron rings. Don't need those. He has a Portrait of a Goose Girl, a Remarkable Topaz, and a Grandmaster Silver Eye Rune, which is 10 damage versus Darkspawn. We want anything Grandmaster. Great Illyrian Potion, we'll take that. Not too interested in that recipe. There's some Elf Rune, we'll also grab while we're here. What are we doing on Deep Mushrooms? Still only 2. Drop those. He doesn't have a backpack either, so that's going to be as much use as he is to us, really. Beyond selling up a couple things to clean our inventory up a little. Right, so... Do not go up there, that's going to start an encounter, but we can.
Too much to hope they'd work it out, I guess.
Eavesdrop on these gossips.
Bronak got his helmet handed to him. Of course he did. Terran Loghain is out there leading the troops, he is. Well, I guess that's good. It's a victory, right? Right.
That definitely depends on how you look at it. He's one of the apprentices we gotta fire while we're here.
Bloody dwarves will argue themselves into poverty if they aren't careful.
Alistair, what's this?
It's a song.
What can I do for you?
I have a note here from your master.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Well, you took that rather well. Better than I expected you would. He is Aaron.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant.
You live on the surface?
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzamar's lifeline, even if we're denied a caste. The Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites. Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
How often do you restock in Orzammar?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
Never mind, I should go.
Best of luck to you.
And that's as far as we're gonna go for now. We'll deal with the rest of that when we come back. So now we gotta go back to Redcliffe. Once again, when we do the traveling, I'm gonna take Sten out and put Liliana in, just in case. We are expecting an encounter along the map from her at some point, so Now that we know her past. Go ahead and run on back down the mountain. At the very least, this episode will get Sten's quest done. And again, return to Ostagar I will start next time. Interesting that Dwyn had his sword the whole time. I mean, how many times have we been in Dwyn's house? The blade was sitting right there.
Will you stop eating?
Listen.
I'm hungry.
Stuff your face at camp. For now, watch the bloody road.
Rush them and spring your own ambush for a change. It's our turn. Right, Alistair. Instead of you doing whatever you're doing, I'm gonna need you to pop a big thorn. And we're gonna chill on the outskirts. You can tell that our level is getting high by the fact that all these bandits are actually wearing Dalish elf armor, which is very high tier. I'm not seeing a mage we have to worry about, so gonna leave Alistair to his own devices up there. He's using a scimitar too. Oh, he's using scimitars actually. Like Darkspawn blades. Foolish enough to loot Darkspawn. Strong enough to kill him in the first place. Personally, I wouldn't trust a Darkspawn blade. The leader down.
Okay, done with you now. Let's get started. Down you go.
We have managed to hold a tremendous amount of aggro up here.
Show me what you got.
Nice to catch them by surprise for once. You can tell they don't really know what to do about it.
Have at you.
And last one right here.
It's either you or me. It's gonna be me.
Plenty of things to loot up. Probably gonna be nothing of significance here, but again, I want the XP. And bandit. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some sneaky traps here they're trying to bait us into.
Show me what you got.
Be a little careful with our stamina bar here. Almost had me walk into that.
Right. Here we go.
Yeah. Personally, would not trust holding a Darkspawn blade. I imagine it could be quite easy to catch the taint from something like that.
Let us end this.
I'm just gonna get these turned off immediately so our companions don't blow me up later.
Less fighting, more dying.
Alright, we should be all good. That should be the last of these bandits. And here we are in Redcliffe, which means we gotta switch up the party again real fast. Take Liliana out, bring Sten in. We'll probably, maybe we'll take Liliana to the Return to Ostagar DLC. I probably will, actually. There's a lot of things about Ole in Return to Ostagar. She might have some commentary on some of it. Definitely taking Alistair and Wyn, too, so... We don't need Sten after this. Once we turn his sword in, we'll just be picking him up for certain fights. Did I want to see him swing Usaris up? Dwyn's home is all the way at the bottom of Redcliffe. Good to see the village is still holding up good. Actually really excited for the Return to Ostagar episode. It's a great DLC and it adds a lot of context to the things that go on in this game. Let's see how Dwyn handles the confrontation with the big guy.
Go celebrate or whatever you have to do.
I'm looking for the Canary sword you bought.
Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Faryn didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
Why don't you give up the sword and we'll go?
Excellent idea. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
My man. He understands the assignment very well. I'm sure he looks at Sten and he's like, you know, I'd rather not get the smoke. Thanks, Dwyn. Thanks for being so compliant. Alright, let's get Sten his blade back. Somewhere in here.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
You're welcome, Sten.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
As I suspected, I didn't think he would be planning on leaving us after we gave him his blade back. Of course he's gonna stick around and help us. Like I said, I believe Sten to be an honorable man, whether he's proved that or not. And his blade is called Asala, which in the Qunari language actually means soul. So his sword is his soul, which is why he freaked out so much when he lost it. Now, it's not gonna be great for him. He's just gonna keep it on him as a keepsake, essentially. But a very cool name and very cool lore-wise. It also looks beautiful too. I'll go ahead and put it on for a second. It is a very pretty blade. Matches Sten very well. Back to Ysarras for him though. We do actually have an Alistair level up, so let's take care of that right now. We're going to give you some dexterity. Yeah, I'll give you the 2 cunning you need, since you're going to need tactics soon enough. And we could give you Cleanse Aura. That'll remove any debuffs we have on us, unless you have something specific in shields. Shield Expertise. The character's experience using a shield in combat has made certain abilities more efficient, increasing the defense bonus for shield defense and making the character immune to direct knockdown attacks while using shield wall. We will go ahead and give him Shield Expertise, and then we can kind of mess around with all the other skill trees. That's the last one we need, really. And now that Sten has his blade and he's been made whole, we can drop him out of the party and go for Liliana. And I believe that is all I wanted to do this episode, so that might be a wrap. I don't think that took very long, but needless to say, we do got the Companion's Quest to do, so we'll be chopping those down episode by episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there's a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you guys soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Have a good day, guys. Take care.